Hi there, this is Jennifer McGuire again for 2peasinAbucket.com. I'm going to show you some more ideas for alcohol inks from Ranger. Here are some of the cards that I'm going to show you today. And I'm going to talk about different kinds of embellishments that you can use in conjunction with alcohol inks. So first of all, I wanted to show you over rub-ons. I love rub-ons, and as I know many card makers and scrapbookers do, if you look here, see that white stem? That's a basic gray rub-on. I went ahead, and I don't have this on video, but I put that white rub-on on white glossy paper. And then I went ahead, you can kind of see it there, and I went ahead and put alcohol inks over it. Here I'm using some Mountain Rose, some Salmon, and some Caramel alcohol inks. So it's going to be like a peach color, and then some gold mixative with it so that there's a little bit of gold shine to it. Now you can see it's that rub-on starting to resist the ink, but not entirely, and I'll show you how to make it resist it a little bit later. So I'm just pouncing it over here. I haven't used any blending solution yet, just trying to cover up this whole piece of glossy white paper. I like basic gray rub-ons for this. I would test any rub-ons you use first. I'm not sure that they all work, but I know basic grays do because they're really high quality. So I just want to put even darker coating on here. The more you pounce color onto the glossy background, the more splotchy it'll be, which is really fun and a great way to add texture. And zapping it with a heat gun a little bit helps move things along and kind of makes the wet ink spread out. So it's a fun thing to add to it. Now I'm going to take some baby wipe here, just a little bit of moisture, and I'm rubbing along the rub-on, just softly because you don't want to rub the rub-on away, and kind of cleaning it up. So you can see how you get a little bit cleaner that way, but the best thing to do is to put blending solution on your inking tool like I did here, and that will remove all the ink off of the rub-on. So even though there's some color still on that that felt piece, putting inking or the blending solution on it removed it right away. Next, I wanted to show you about putting alcohol inks on rub-ons. I showed you in the other video doing on clear buttons, but this one's a white button, and you can do it on any color button. So if you've got a color of button that you don't really like, you can change it easily with alcohol inks. So here I've got a post-it note upside down so that the buttons can be on the sticky part and so they can be held down while I ink them. Otherwise, they dance around and drive you crazy. So I'm using the same colors of alcohol inks here, and I'm going to use a little bit more of the gold mixative than the color, because I wanted to have some gold shine to this. So I'm doing some of the gold here. Silver is really neat too. Really, all of the mixatives are really strong in color. So there I put on one coat, and now I'm zapping it with a heat gun. You can see it kind of moving around. I like to do more than one layer because you get more texture that way, or look of texture, and you get more intense color. So here I'm going back and doing another coat and zap it some more. Then if you decide you have too much mixative, you can go back with more color or vice versa. So there you can see how that looks, and here is a closer look at those buttons. Really unique. You can't buy buttons that look that way. Next, I wanted to show you paper flowers. If you're like me, you've got a million of these on hand. My favorite ones are the collage ones and the white ones from Hero Arts because you can ink them. And I've showed you how to ink them with distress inks, but alcohol inks really absorb in, and you can get a really cool tie-dye look or really rich color look. So here I'm using that same piece of felt to rub on here, and you can see the gold shining through. Now here's another one. This is a new piece of felt, and I'm just doing the salmon color here, and you can see how it just dyes the flower with the ink. I didn't want to get complete coverage, and what I'm going to do is go back and put a drop of the metallic mixative right in the center, and you'll see how lovely and shiny you can get a spot onto the flower. And you'll see it dry as I heat it with a heat gun. It's very cool. I like this look. So you just want to heat it really well, and then you can go ahead and add more color over it if you'd like to. Or while it's still wet, you can pounce over it to kind of make it blend around. You can do all kinds of things with this. I wanted to go back also and add a little bit darker color to the tip, so I'm just going to squeeze some of the Mountain Rose, which is darker than the original color, and just rub it onto the tips. You can do all kinds of things and play around with it. You really can't go wrong with it, but it's really neat to do this over these text flowers too, these text print flowers. Now this is another one I just want to show you. When you combine a metallic mixative and colors onto one felt piece, the color absorbs to the back and the mixative stays on the front. So that's why the shiny is on the front. When you fold it up, it's really pretty how that shows all the different colors that you used. I just wanted to show you this different color combination because it was really intense, that the color absorbs to the back and the metallic stays on the front, which can give you really neat looks. And while I'm doing these flowers, I wanted to jump in real quickly and show you how you can fold paper flowers to get like a blossomed flower like this one here. And it's really easy to do and great with these alcohol inks because the metallic on one side and the color on the other side can both show through. So I've got this flower that on one side has the color and one side has the gold mixative. It just absorbs that way. You just ink the front, that's all you need to do. And I folded it in half, put a glue dot and folded it into fourths. And this one I'm just gonna put some glue dots in the center and put the other flower in it like you would a taco and just fold it right around. So there you go. You've got a blossom flower, you can, excuse my inked hand there. You got a blossom flower that you can just glue down and it will fluff right up real nice and pretty. So there you can see some of the gold on the tips. So easy to do, and there's really no other product that gives you this look. Here's another one with blossoms where I just folded it into fourths and didn't put a second flower around it. And they look like they're just budding. It's one of my favorite techniques. Now I want to go back and show you applying alcohol inks and to Pearls and Gemstones. Hero Arts has great Pearls and Gemstones. I really wish you could see on this how cool the coloring is on the Pearls and Gemstones. It just doesn't show in the video or photos. But this is really easy. I took that same piece of felt with the three colors and the mixative on it, the gold mixative, and just dab it over the pearls and gems, and it's so stunning. Another thing you can do is use little plastic bags. You just put your embellishment in it, put some drops of alcohol inks in it, and mush it around. So easy. It's just another way to do it. You can either pounce it with the inking tool or put it in like this, but I did this metal butterfly. You can do staples, brads, eyelets, anything you want. And you can see how now it's not silver and matches the project just perfectly. So the sky's the limit with this product. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, just visit twopeasinabucket.com.